about nickel now with Rosemary Hira, our financial derivatives company analyst, joins us virtually from Lagos. So we've seen, looking at nickel, the prices have dropped more than 67%. Always a good news to hear that, at least for from the consumer's perspective. This happened over the past 2 years, and nickel is key, of course, to the new innovations and technology of these days. Let's find out why it is cheaper and if this is sustainable with Rosemary. Hi, Rosemary. Welcome to the program. So do we know what drove the price of nickel down?
Good afternoon, Ini. Thank you so much for having me. So the reasons why the price of nickel has been dropping from its peak in March of 2022 from about $45,000 dollars to $45,000 per ton to about $15,000 per ton recently. So Indonesia, the country that boasts of the largest nickel deposits in the world, actually made some very massive investment in its nickel downstream sector. So now there is a lot of a production of refined nickel, coupled with an export ban that it had initiated in 2020 for raw nickel exports. So now there is a lot of supply of refined nickel in the market. So this has dragged down the price, coupled with the fact that demand is also subdued. So there is a cheaper alternative to nickel in the production of electric vehicle batteries. So there is an alternative called lithium or phosphate. So that is used to create a cheaper version of electric vehicle batteries. So with subdued demand and also oversupply in the market, this has what has caused the fall in the price of nickel globally. And this is going to continue given the fact that demand still remains subdued and supply is going to increase well over into 2026 and 2027.
Well, I mean, saying that the drop will continue, I thought that more people were getting into the path of renewable energy and electric vehicles, and so we can expect that demand would increase. And especially in a country like Nigeria, we see a lot of switch, because of availability of power from the grid and all of that. So I thought this will feel more demand of nickel.
Well, to an extent, the decline in nickel prices would help to make, let's say, cleaner, renewable energy more affordable to many Nigerians. Yes, indeed. But affordability is not the only issue. Finance and access to finance is another key thing that we must consider. So many Nigerians are multidimensionally poor, about 63%. So apart from affordable the price is not the only thing that determines demand actually. So we also have the income of the consumers, and the standard minimum wage in Nigeria is about 70,000. When you compare that to the price of let's say an electric vehicle or like a solar power inverter, so not many people can afford these things unless there are initiatives to help people access finance to maybe switch to more renewable energy and targeted policies from the government. So that's what will be able to help the drop in the price of nickel and help Nigerians to like switch to a more renewable energy.
So I wonder, because I mean, Nigeria does have potentials in this area, as with many others. We have estimated 5 million tons of nickel, and that's 35% of recent global annual supply. That's a huge one. Do you hear talks about perhaps Nigeria exploring some of this, maybe adding value to it?
Well, it is quite impressive that Nigeria has about 5 million tons of nickel, but largely it is untapped, and there are no conversations about going into explore this natural resource. It's not just nickel; it's copper and a host of other metals as well. So what we need is initiatives and policies from the government and private public partnerships to within the nickel subsector to help to help companies to help companies coming to the country and explore those resources and also to refine those resources. This will help to increase efficiency in that sector, competitiveness in that sector, and it will also help to drive down the price and make Nigeria a key player in the nickel sector globally. And also, it is also going to spill down to the byproducts and adoption of the byproducts here in Nigeria. So if nickel prices are coming down, it's locally produced. So this will help other businesses to start up, like creating solar panels here in Nigeria is going to be more cheaper. And also the adoption of electric vehicles, which is also another aspect of cleaner and renewable energy use.
All right, Rosemary, thank you so much. Another area of potential which we hope will get the attention of policymakers.
Thank you, Ini, for having me.